really captured an atmosphere of the ominous and foreboding in tone and mood right off the top, with the very moody colors, the design, the environment, and that pulsing score looming through the background was expertly done. The pacing was great as it had this built-in intensity and intrigue as it escalated and all the pieces started to be put together. I love the technology usage, how it was slipped in there until it became a vital part of it. The phones, the see-through phones and computers and technology just made it feel futuristic, but not overly so. But that added like a coldness to it as well. And I loved how the environment acted almost as another character looming through it as well.
We get a mix of things here. We get a little bit of crime, we get a little bit of mystery, we get a little bit of a uh, thrilling aspect thrown into the mix here. I really enjoyed the ending with the sequence of this photo automatically being posted, and it's obviously a photoshopped, romanticized piece, and everyone's kind of falling for it because we often post happier things online versus the reality of the darkness of the situation. And this is a classic case of woman is miserable, woman wants to leave husband, woman is having an affair, man doesn't want her to leave, man gets rid of woman in the process. And so we kind of sign up for this anti hero short. We're following what we do find out to be the murderer of this piece. And in doing so, we also follow the perspective of the detective, also following through and solving the final moments of her mystery and of her crime. And so we kind of see both of these worlds collide as we see that we have been following the murderer this entire time. And in the sense, we sort of get this understanding of what led him to this moment of where he currently stands, but also what led to this murderous moment in the first place, which was the fact that his wife wanted to leave him and wanted to leave this life that they led, and he did not want to let go of that situation. And in doing so, he ultimately took her out in the process.
I thought that the use of this like futuristic technology was really cool, and the constant ignoring of the call from a friend was, at first it wasn't very suspicious, but once it kept happening, you started to be suspect of our main character, and you kind of realize that he's an unreliable narrator or an unreliable protagonist, which is always a super interesting perspective to take in a film. So I really enjoyed that, just slowly realizing that the character that we're following is not reliable and is in fact the villain in the story. So yeah, I really enjoyed that slow reveal. I thought the use of music and sound effects in this was really effective in creating that creepy, unsure tone. And also the flashbacks in the end when we have that reveal were also really effective and worked really well in this to have that satisfying end.
I think it was a really interesting look at technology and how that impacts us and how scary that is and how it kind of breaks down in communication. There are kind of these sci-fi elements that you put in there, but it's still very realistic. And these touches on technology still feel really grounded and connected to what reality is. I think it was a really poignant message and done in a really suspenseful and interesting way. I think it was edited together really well. I think the use of technology and the way you use that in this piece was really interesting and really well done. And it came together to create a really poignant piece that I would love to see expanded on. So I want to say really, really well done idea and concept and really well done execution.
I really liked how they kind of developed the story because in the beginning, like, you have nothing but like fond, good feelings for this man. Like, everything feels fine. He's doing his little job in the woods. everything's cool, and then you slowly kind of see, like, as you're moving through, there's, like, a slight disparity in, like, the actual timelines that you're viewing, and at least that's how I took it as. And because by the time the body gets discovered and everything else, like, you still haven't really fully met the wife yet and everything else, so you're kind of seeing it in this, like, dual timeline, and I really enjoyed that actually, um, seeing kind of how things unfold and then how they, like, eventually meet together, the timelines merge, and everything kind of goes crazy, as it should, um, and you see this guy going from, like, a normal guy, like, doing his job, like, in the woods, picking his flowers, doing whatever else, going getting groceries and things for, his wife or whatever, and then you kind of just see it slowly him, like, slowly lose his shit, and I really liked that kind of progression, and then you kind of, like, got these flashes of him when he's, like, midway losing his shit, or, like, he when these different, like, big moments happened, when he figured out that the friend is not a girl, like, her picture would, you know, suggest, and then you also get this, like, police officer and their perspective the entire time kind of interspersed with it, which I thought was a really nice touch. Um, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done.
Excellent, thrilling plot with so much elements to help you understand the story. Great performances and special effects. I enjoyed the mixed up superposed images and footage with the different scenarios, particularly the ones at the woods, just so engaging and completely plausible, which makes it even more scary.
Really interesting take on, just technology and the dangers, and just about communication and just the bad things that can happen there. It was really nicely paced and well put together. I like the effects, the devices all look cool with the clear screens, the phones and everything. That was pretty cool. I like that touch. Yeah, the actors all did a really nice job, and there was just like a lot of twists and turns. It just was everybody was very real in the tension that they were going through, so it's very well directed, nicely edited, nicely written. Good job all around. Yeah, and it was interesting to, it had a touch of sci-fi to it, but not, it's still very realistic in a way. It's just about communication and the troubles that our new technology and devices cause in our lives.